Good day everyone and welcome to Civ 7's Test of Time update, and we are here today playing the new leader, Alexander the Great. We of course paired him with Persia, the most natural fit for Alexander. And today we're just going to be doing nothing crazy really, we're just going to dominate the entire world. Alexander, of course, as you'd expect, quite good at combat. So +2 combat strength for land military units and +1 combat strength additionally for unique military units for every city with a wonder other than your capital. Max of 6. So Alex is kind of this unique blend of domination as well as wonder building. Particularly, it's all about getting wonders that aren't in your capital. There's a few bonuses. You can see he gets dominion as well for cities that have a wonder that aren't your capital. So a few things like that. Cities other than your capital with a wonder also get 10% production and culture, doubled if they're on a different continent than your capital. So we'll be trying to make use of that today. I think this is actually the first leader or Civ in Civ 7 that has a continent mechanic. I could be wrong. I don't think Spain has a similar mechanic in Civ 7 as it did in Civ 6, so we'll see how that goes. But to be honest, this is a pretty small map. And of course, we're pairing it with Persia, so that means we also get +3 combat strength for infantry units when we attack. And we have the Persian commander down here that additionally starts with the initiative promotions. That means we get level 3 commanders right from the start, which is pretty great. And of course we get the Immortals. That's a unique unit, so hopefully we get to make use of this ability up here. Really interesting that Alex really wants to pair himself with a Civ that has a unique military unit, which I guess makes sense, to be fair, that even if you don't have one, you can use syncretism now to steal another Civ's unique unit, so you can always get use out of that. Otherwise, we've got our Persian traditions down here. Let's get straight into it. I think this is a pretty fantastic start. We've got quartz and clay here that are both really good resources in the early game. Definitely what you want to see with your capital, but the elephants here are also, I suppose, quite good if we are going to build some wonders. I think what we're going to do is probably move just one tile closer to these. This will help us get all these resources a lot quicker. It does take a pretty good science spot, but if we could get a district in here, ideally that would be amazing, but we'll see. Looks like it would probably take a fair while for us to actually get around to that point. So we got scout opener as always, and we'll just start looking around. We'll go to the quartz, of course. Again, production early game is so key. So here's the new trade screen as well if you haven't seen it. So it now shows you what yields actually change when you do move resources in and out, which is pretty cool. Let's go for riding start, of course. Not masonry start here. We're riding start diehards on this channel, all right? So, and I'm glad public opinion is starting to turn on that. Early game science is just so important. Even if you're going for culture, early game science is very important. And we've got the YouTuber start here. Machbuchare, probably one of the best wonders in the game. 4 production on each of these tiles is really, really good. We unlocked Iceland there. Do we want to go 2 scouts or 3? I think we'll just go 2 scouts and a warrior. Considering we are eventually going to make use of that warrior by turning it into an immortal, I think that's perfectly fine. And we'll grab these elephants and start moving up to grab this clay. Although, potentially we should grab the camels, actually. The clay won't, it doesn't actually do anything until you get warehouse buildings up, which will be in, 10 or so turns for us. Hostile city-state nearby is actually really good for us. That means we can take that out early and get a lot of commander experience, so that's good. Keep that in mind. Now I'm kind of scouting. I've got 2 scouts going the same direction over here, so I'll use my warrior at least to move down this way. Okay, this really is the YouTuber start. We've got Redwood Forest up here as well. Another very good wonder, so I'm happy with that. Again, I think we will go for riding. I don't see us needing sailing. This is a Pangea map, so I'm deprioritizing stuff like sailing quite a bit. And let's grab a brickyard. We'll build it down this way just to get us to, you know what, Civ 7 doesn't let you undo that sometimes. That's fine. I was going to build it up here just to not take a rough tile early, but that's fine. I'll plug in charismatic leader. I generally prefer that to get this first civic a lot quicker. Your first civic is really important, particularly if you are going for discipline. This will give us our commander so we can go and take this city-state. But more importantly, potentially, it gives us survey. So scouts gain +1 movement in sight. Really, really important card in the early game. And I almost forgot to plug in my military point there, so we'll do that now. +1 war support. I don't love scouting next to a mountain like this. That wasn't great. Interesting land down here. That's actually we can't get through there. That's actually a cliff. So slightly annoying, but unfortunate way to path there. I think this is as far as I'm willing to send this warrior. I'll bring him back to the capital now. Now, because we do take Lydian Lion as well, you'll note that we're going to go up to 5 population here, and we have so much gold from the free 200 gold at the start. You can instantly purchase a settler, and I think it would be very prudent to send this settler down to Machu Picchu, because that's going to be our first city for sure. As for where he can go exactly, I think this is very close to the capital, but I think that's perfectly fine. It's a bit awkward. If this wasn't water here, I'd probably settle somewhere around there, but over here is good, but it's also too far away from the wonder. It's actually pretty awkward, to be honest. Maybe up here is better. Is that crazy to go for redwood first instead? It's not that crazy. I think it's fine. We can settle these pretty much at the same time, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, and we'll start producing our second settler. Again, can't go down that way. This would have been amazing if I had actually managed to keep this gold around. A horseman in the early game is ridiculous, but unfortunately we don't have the gold. We just spent it last turn, and I just recalling now, I remember I was going to send this warrior back, so I'll queue that up. Okay, we've got a little bit of hostile activity over here, but that's fine. We'll see if we can't just kind of skirt around Seleucia here until such time that we manage to see what's around. This scout can probably handle everything that's over here, so we'll actually go up. That's a bit unfortunate. I've just walked into a warrior, but that's what I get for moving 2 tiles at a time. Another city set over here that we'll probably try and squash in a bit. Let's bring it down here. Okay, so we've got our first commander here. So yeah, we start with assault, and we get a free promotion on top of this, which is pretty fantastic. So we'll go for the infantry side, just because we're playing Persia. Persia is really good at spamming out a lot of infantry, and I'm tempted to finish this off. I think I will. I'll build this granary. It also gives us production, I should note, so the granary is a bit better than it usually would be. Not typically too keen on getting too many granaries generally, but this is fine. And I think we'll go ahead and move this settler up this way. This scout's going to have to take a bit of a funny path, and we'll use this commander to escort the settler up to the north because I'm a bit more worried about him. In terms of our civics, let's go for Sparta straight away. I'm not too concerned about getting a religion in this game, but I am concerned about getting the Gate of All Nations, and we've got our boost towards getting that. As Persia, we get the extra 30%, which is good. So we'll focus on getting that. It's gonna be really crucial for our war game here. Okay, second settlement's going down. Now, getting these tiles is really good. The gold is also really good, but I think I'll path down to the gold this way. That's fine. It is also a lot of gold as well to take these production tiles. Of course, if you didn't know, production in towns gets converted 1-to-1 to gold, which is very inefficient, I should note, which is why, cities are really good. But just something to keep in mind. Okay, well, we got a bit of conflict here. This is from Seleucia. Not entirely sure where we want to settle. That looks pretty good. Okay, well, that's made our decision a lot easier. We'll settle on this fresh water up here. I'll take the culture. I generally am going to value culture over science in the super early game. After that, it kind of ends up depending a bit on your strategy, but I just think these early civics are so important. And getting a fair few discoveries here. Pretty happy with this. Likewise, I would advise not taking happiness most of the time. Unless you got a wine star, there's just like a ton of wine around, then I would maybe consider it, but even then, happiness is just a very low value resource in the very early game at least. Okay, our warrior's been attacked, which is good. We're getting some experience here. I think I'm probably just going to keep moving this settler and do the smallest little scouting with him. I think he is fine. I don't really want to be on the coast if I can help it. It just increases how many ways you can be attacked, so happy to settle slightly inland. It does mean that we can't build boats as easily, but it makes us a lot safer early game. And I think I'm happy to just keep defending here, to be honest. If I attack in, I might attack into something in the fog of war and just find myself in a sort of awkward situation. Okay, so because we have the redwood forest here, we get +1 culture and science on improvements on vegetated terrain, which makes it so I don't actually really need to worry about getting the redwood tiles. I could just take these fantastic lumber mills over here. So I will do that. I'll path down towards this flax, which is another really good resource in the early game. Haven't actually, well, I was about to say, haven't actually met anyone yet, but there you go. We've met Ibn Battuta, and we've got Sparta as well. So we'll start working on our Gate of All Nations soon. But here we go. We've met our first victim. Will we go straight for the hostile greeting? Sure, let's do it. We're going... It's a very punchable face he's making there. But let's go straight for the hostile greeting. And as we sort of suspected, there is more than one warrior around here. So our early game's a little bit slow. I might just get a second warrior before I go for the Gate of All Nations. Slightly greedy, but I think it's totally fine. Okay, another growth event on our second settlement here. So we'll grow to this tile, and next turn I think we'll go for the gold. This represents quite a lot. So +3 gold and +3 happiness all up. I think that's probably better than +4 gold and 2 culture right now. Well, is it? When I say it out loud, it's actually not at all, is it? Machu Picchu is really good. I think I'll probably get the gold last, actually. So there you go. Now I think I'm happy to go for mysticism. I think getting our religion now is fine. We got a celebration here. We can put in survey finally, which is really good. Kind of a later survey than I would usually like. I suppose that's one reason to get happiness early. But regardless, let's go ahead, and we have found our other victim here. We definitely don't want that to become gypsum, so we'll take the culture. And here's Ada. It's going to tell us all about calculus, and we'll do a hostile greeting towards her as well. So we've gone full bastard mode this game, which is what you love to see. Now, do we need masonry? Not really. We don't probably care about walls too much. We'll just be destroying other people's walls. Now, this scout is fully healed, so we'll bring him up here. We've got Arna up here, which I think they're a science city-state. Either way, they're friendly, so I'm more inclined to actually befriend them. This is a lot of units coming up. Luckily, I did build a second warrior, so it should be fine. Looks like it's all coming from Seleucia. I suspect this is potentially a raid that someone sent at me. Say someone. It's probably Ada. Pick up the camels here just so we can unplug them and get an additional +1 gold and +1 happiness when they're unassigned. This is a much closer decision than I was expecting here. It might actually be better to get the... This is an unvegetated tile, so let's get the elephants first, and then we can get this flax here, which is vegetated. That will be a really, really strong tile with the redwood forest. Have 3 camel resources. That is looking pretty unlikely with this start, just looking around. It's a long-term quest, but 67 happiness at some point in the future, or 33 happiness now. I'll take the 33 happiness now. It's not, I don't know when I'm going to get 3 camels, so... what do they say? You know, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the forest, right? Hey, let's see if we can't find this city-state. So there's Arna. They are a diplomatic city-state. Kind of the worst one for us, to be honest. That does kind of suck. Let's move this warrior up, and we'll even just move this commander in the middle here, just to soak up as much XP as I can, although we'll leave this commander where it is, and we'll actually go ahead and attack out this way. Remember that we do have additional combat strength when we're attacking, so it's generally going to be better than defending when we can do it. What do we want to do about Arna? Look, we'll just befriend them. I don't think that's really going to provide much value. Diplomatic city-states are really, really average in the early game. In fact, for most of the game, so not ideal, not a great find. And I think now we'll just go straight for our final civic here, so we'll finish the Persian civic tree. +3 combat strength for units in enemy territory is really, really good. And you get a lot of settlement limit here as well. So it means we can start getting aggressive. Although our neighbors, as far as we can see, are not very close. So we do have a fair bit of time here before we're going to be aggressive. Okay, selecting our Pantheon. I thought it would be quite fun here to do God of Healing. So +5 healing for units in rural tiles when we have an altar in our capital. So all we need to do is build an altar, you know, back here. And in theory, this should apply, I think, to all rural tiles in our empire. I mean, the way it's worded here, it could even be an enemy rural tiles. So let's just try God of Healing. This also pairs quite well with our Paradisia for an additional +5 healing. So let's see how this goes. In theory, that's a lot of healing, so we can get our units back to the front line really, really quick. We'll give it a go, see how it goes. Let's just heal these guys up. Again, just a bit of a deluge of warriors coming from that direction. Properly scouted out London, so we'll keep an eye on that. see, Ada's science is already kind of popping off, which you'd expect. Okay, we'll move this commander over here. Just potentially we might be able to build some fortifications to help that unit out. We'll keep on moving. Avoid that warrior. These warriors are being super annoying. Let's fortify here. And I think I will keep defending, but I'll hit with you. You actually defeated that unit. That's fine. We'll just defend. Now we can go for Baron's working. So this unlocks the Immortal for us. So heals for 15 health after defeating an enemy unit. The Immortals aren't great. They've had a bit of a glow down since Civ 6 with their, they were archers and swordsmen combined, which is so fantastic, that ranged attack they had. Significantly worse than Civ 7. I don't think it's a terrible ability, but it's pretty bad. I'd say it's not that much better than a standard tier 2 swordsman, all things considered, or a spearman in this case. We'll plug our flax in there, and let's bring you back to heal again. You, however, we can do... No, there's no trickery we can do here. Because we have the initiative promotion, remember we can move our units in and out from the commander with ease. So that's really handy, but not much use right now. And you can keep on scouting down. I really want to find where Ibn is. Hopefully he's sort of probably down this way based on where I found him. I mean, look at these these fantastic towns though. This is a really good start. Once I take over Seleucia as well, the train should sort of start to get rolling. Go from Seleucia up to Phaistus. And it would have actually been amazing to befriend Catan, just so we can get a military city set on our side, but that's not going to happen. This guy's being so annoying with all the pillaging and stuff. I think I will go ahead and just start attacking him to just get him out of here. Like, this is so frustrating. These are really good tiles that he's pillaging. So, okay, this scout is definitely playing it dangerous. I might just stop to heal, potentially. Although I do see this discovery up here that I'd love to grab before I sort of calmed it down. Started healing. So we've got all the resources around us now, so we can basically just go for the best tiles around. Again, do we care this much about the happiness? I think this is better. I think this is better, actually, the gold. Now that I'm here, I'll take that. I was sort of forgetting about the intrinsic yields of the tile itself, so all things considered, pretty good. We'll spend a little bit of gold to repair that tile, and we do have a 4th settlement limit, so we can start to think about potentially buying another settler, which we can do. Although I'm a bit weary of making too many settlements myself, noting that I'll probably go ahead and rampage over everyone else's. I think I'll do it, because I'm going to take over Seleucia, and this will give us a nice sort of 4 cities in here, or 4 settlements rather. These 2 will likely end up becoming cities. This one can sort of stay as a town and feed the rest of them. I think that's fine. I think that's a good plan. Okay, so here's what I was saying about being able to shuffle things around. Not that I want to, by the looks of it. Could attack into here, but that's really aggressive. So we're actually gonna just pull back and pretend that didn't happen. Start fortifying with the commander. And there's the Gate of All Nations. Really, really good. That's our unique wonder. There's actually some really solid resources up here as well, but I think this is better. It's more of a forward operating base for our eventual attack over here on Ada and probably eventually Ibn as well. So let's move the settler up here next to our units. Trade maps. I'm just going to keep blocking these. It's a really cheap way to... you know what? Let's just go full warrior. It's a really cheap way to ruin our relationship, which is kind of what we want right now. I think we'll keep these in as they are. Let's start exploring to the south with that scout. We can heal up. Again, I mean, the increased healing right now would be fantastic. Take some more gold. Yeah, definitely keeping an eye on getting that altar up. It'll just make everything go a lot faster up here. Only tempted to attack. Look, I mean, look at the combat bonuses we have already. We're at -5 because we're damaged, which is fair enough, but +2 from King of the World, +3 from the Hamarana Council, and +2 from Rout. Pretty good. But I think because we're fortified here, I'm happy to, again, just kind of stay here and heal up. Let them smash into us rather than the other way around. But this settler, I can actually put the settler in the commander, unless they change that. Pretty good way to keep your settlers safe and make your commander move around more. This is getting really annoying. Seleucia is producing just a stupid amount of units here. It's a lot of experience, but it's just slowing us down a lot. It's fine. So we'll tuck the settler into the commander. This guy looks like he's just wearing like a t-shirt and cap. Yee outfit over here on the settler. That's fine. We'll keep moving this warrior up. And again, everyone's just kind of healing and fortifying, so that's all good. Okay, a lot of flax in our capital. This is a, you know, really solid set of resources right here. Now that that's done, again, the clay pit makes... Oh, the clay makes these saw pits really quite valuable. Probably do that and then finish this quarter here with my altar. I'll hold off on that so I can just show you why I'm doing that when we actually get there. So there's Ibn's land. That's really good. So he's actually not too far away from me. He might be the better first target. Ada, or we might also need a bit of time to build up to Ada, considering her science is kind of popping off there. +3 in towns. This is identical right now, but I potentially priesthood will be better. If I do convert this to a city soon, maybe Sparta first. I think I'd rather do Pathragata first if I can help it. Apologies to on the pronunciation front. You'll just have to put up with that, unfortunately. Okay, let's start attacking a little bit. This is I just need to like push these guys back, push them back to their little hut, their village, I should say, and we can start to make some progress, hopefully, from there. Now, do we want Champa? This is going to give us a lot of vision of his land, probably. Let's start printing Champa. This will give us a lot of vision of Ibn's land. And, you know, vision is very critical if you're going to go to war with someone. Okay, we've got Anna as befriended. Again, this is, like, really bad. All these bonuses are pretty terrible. The social policy slot is actually the best of these by far, I would say. So that's good. We'll take that. Okay. Our altar here, so we're going to build the altar on this tile. So why is this altar giving +1 culture and +1 science? When you finish a district in the adjacent tiles to your palace, you get +1 science and culture per age. So, you know, antiquity, it's +1. So you really want to be prioritizing, focusing, finishing... that was a lot of words. So you really want to be prioritizing finishing the districts around your capital. So even though it's slightly inefficient to build like an altar here, it's not really great. I'd rather put two warehouse buildings on the same tile, but getting that +1 science culture early game is really good. So again, we'll sort of put in the extra gold now. That's +6 gold because we have 2 towns, and we can start attacking over here. I'll just move you up. This is fine. You'll definitely get this kill. Slight miss on the commander experience because it's really dumb the way this works. Because this combat finished outside of this radius, you don't get the experience, which I think is not a good way of doing it, but what can you do? Again, there's just so many units here. I'd love to upgrade these guys to immortals, but I also would really like to get one of these towns up to a city. I'll also get to showcase Alex's ability as well when I do that. He has another ability I haven't mentioned yet that's quite flavorful, I suppose. We'll get to look at soon. In terms of our technology, now that we've got bronze working, I think we can just go straight down the line here for military training. That'll unlock unit flanking for us, so we can start doing flanking attacks. Although let's just go, it's one turn to get sailing, let's just do that. It'll just help us move around a lot safer with our scouts. And this unit is really clogging up this path, but we're slowly getting up to Ibn's land, which looks really protected. Okay, might have a few turns here where we can rest up a bit, but we'll just shuffle this guy through to the front. We can potentially start moving up, actually. Might be our opportunity to take Seleucia here, finally. So we got +15 there, so let's see. This is a rural tile. It hasn't been improved. It doesn't specify it needs to be improved. And again, look what we can do. If we had to move onto this river naturally, it would end our unit's turn, but we can do some shuffling with this commander. This first promotion is so critical. And now we can attack straight in. And so let's do that. We'll double attack. Once we, take this city-state out, obviously they can't spawn any more units, so that'll be fantastic once that happens. Now I'm tempted to go for Der Sharakan here. Just to deny the other AIs taking it. It's a little bit... it might slow us down a bit. I don't know. Can we see anyone else building it? I think it's probably worth going for. +5 combat strength for all fortifications and all settlements is really annoying on the AI. So let's see if we can't grab this. We'll put it down here is fine. Keep upping up our library for the science. It's only going to take 6 turns, so in theory it's not that much of a burden on our empire. A lot of units in here from Ibn, and she has just secured Catan. So that's going to be annoying once we eventually do go up and try to take her out. So we're up to 6 settlement limit right now. So again, Persia does get a lot. And again, we'll just stick to the bottom of the tree here and go for tactics and organized military. Attack with you and then attack with you. So now we can take out Seleucia. That was enough to get a promotion. So level 3 commander. Pretty good, which also finishes our quest. Let's get a military point. That's from taking out that city-state. Another one there from the quest. And this might have been the quest, actually. +1 production on the altar. Another quest here. Capture a settlement you not found, or 33 gold. We'll definitely be getting that. Okay, this is a lot of narrative events. We'll take the codex here. Influence will be really good for us to get more war support one day, but I think the science is also going to be useful for us. Again, we'll keep blocking this. Just keeping our relationships in a pretty toxic state. It's what we want. Now we can finally settle this city. And where will we settle it? I think right here is perfect, actually. The settler also gets the initiative promotion. That's pretty funny. Seleucia's units are there. That's all fine. Okay, and we have last tradition slot. For right now, we'll just take... none of these we can actually use right now, so I'll just take the +1 science and production. We have 2 military points now. We'll take... What will we do here? Happiness, I don't think we care about too much. We're going to start making a lot more military units soon. Let's go for the gold maintenance and the production on units. And we'll keep that quartz in our back pocket for now. Very soon, in 3 turns, we'll convert Pathragada and we'll go from there. You don't have anything to do, so just fortify. You survived, which is good. Survived so we can settle the city. And now we've got good things coming for us now. So let's go ahead and we could get this jade, also get this hides, which are both really good. But I think these redwood tiles are just simply too good to not grow to. Phaistos up here has boat. So again, imagine if we settled on the coast, we'd be in a bit of strife here. We'd have to get a slinger, and even then the slinger would take ages to kill the boat. It'd be a bit of a nightmare, so good thing we didn't settle on the coast, all in all. Let's go and heal up here. Now, I didn't pay attention. Let's just double check here as this happens. Are we actually healing for 20 now on that rural tile? Let's see. We are not. So potentially it has to be improved for that Pantheon bonus to kick in. I'd say that's what's doing it, but it really doesn't specify, so it's a bit of a shame. Okay, let's upgrade Pathragada, which is now Alexandria Pathragada. So that is Alex's ability here. Very flavorful. Whenever you convert a town into a city, it gets renamed after Alexander. Pretty cool, pretty funny. Now, in terms of what we want to go for here, obviously a monument would be fantastic. That is a +7 monument. But I don't think we really care too much about culture at all. Do we? We could also go for the Hanging Gardens, because that would give us +1 combat strength on all of our units if we do manage to grab that. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll try and grab the Hanging Gardens, although in 5 turns we could try and get Terracotta Army. Yeah, I think we will go for the Hanging Gardens first. A bit of a weird... this is, very strange ordering, all things considered. But this is what Alexander does, right? He is this kind of interesting blend between wonder spamming and combat. So this is pretty annoying. I'm going to actually move my commander up here to block this attack. Don't see that too often, but I think it's the right play here. You two can both finish growing, and then we'll go ahead and grab our last tile here, which will speed up Hanging Gardens here massively, which is fantastic. We can also move these in here as well. So that's brought that down from 16 turns down to 7, which is awesome. Like, look at that's how good Quartz is. I mean, Quartz and Machapuchare here. So really fantastic second city. We've just converted it into a city, and it's already basically as productive as our capital. Really fantastic stuff. We got 2 wonders finishing next turn. Not the super aggressive game I was imagining, but again, it makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, luckily he didn't actually go for our commander in the end. So let's just move you both into here, and you can heal up in that city. You're on 99, so just move down, that's fine. You can go and grab this. And now we're going to upgrade all of our units into Immortals, and probably start our move down towards Ibn Battuta. The earlier we do all this, the better. And there's Dersharican as well, so glad we managed to steal that away from the AI. But this barracks is too good to pass up. It also increases how fast we produce units, so we're going to do something like this. Let's grab a ton of immortals in the queue, and we've got a level 3 commander over here. We're gonna probably have to move this just one warrior back. It's slightly annoying, but what can you do? And let's upgrade all of you to immortals. That's all of our gold gone, but that's okay. And just keep healing up. Get some gold back from this discovery. That's really good. Okay, we'll attack into you again. We're better on the attack than the defense, so keep healing up and keep scanning around. The good news is these two are really close together. We finished a triumph there to reveal 33% of the map, so we got a free settler, which we don't really need, but we'll certainly take. Where do we want to move you? Potentially just in the middle here. This will probably annoy both of them if I settle here, which will ruin our relationship, which is good. It's what we want. I would also be really keen on getting some iron if I could find it. There's one iron up here. There's some hides as well, which are both really good. Oh, there's some iron in here. I think we'll just take the more defensive settlement up here for now. I don't really want to have to worry about this getting taken by city-states and Ada, so we'll just take the defensive one. That's fine. Okay, this warrior could attack in, but then you'd probably get killed by the boat, so just rest up there, and we'll keep scouting around. Sure enough, that warrior just killed himself on our walls, and we can now heal up. And we'll grab the gold. In terms of everything here, 30% towards training infantry is pretty good. I think we'll plug that out and plug that in, just to ensure that all of these immortals are only going to take one turn. Easy way to guarantee that, just having a lot of production overflow. We can just put you on auto explore now, not too concerned about this. We'll grab here. Do we want the science? Do we want the gold? Take the science. Just because that'll hopefully get us to tier 3 immortals faster. And we'll grow over to this hides, and then we'll grow over to the iron after that. This is a coastal settlement, so hopefully this boat doesn't go up and find it, but you never know. Okay, we have a commander now that is chock full of immortals, so let's go ahead and start moving down towards Ibn. I think at the same time here, we'll go ahead and denounce him. Let's throw in a hinder military production as well. I saw he had a lot of units there, but ideally make it so he doesn't make any more than that, if we can help it. And there's the Hanging Gardens as well. So we got that in our second city, which is fantastic. So that means we are now at +3 combat strength overall. So +2 by default and +1 for every city with a wonder other than your capital. So that's online now, which is really good. And this city can also probably get a barracks and then start going to town making units and immortals. Get the barracks there. And then, yeah, sounds good. We'll just keep pumping them out. And you're going to be full, so let's just manually walk you down. Okay, getting more redwood tiles that just really are that good. And we can now plug in this. So our immortals now cost maintenance, so this should help us with our gold. It did not. Kind of curious why that is. We got our expansionist point, of course, from the Hanging Gardens, which is pretty useless, but it's okay. Didn't really build it for that. And this scout can keep on scouting. Yeah, I know I said I was going to keep spamming out units, but the Terracotta Army is calling, and that is really good for us to get another commander out as well as the additional commander experience. So let's go ahead and grab that, and we'll move this scout up. Okay, so this terrain really is horrendous. I'm going to have to send these guys all the way around, actually. I was planning on maybe going this way, but it looks like there's a hostile city-state down here that really does not want us to get past, so yeah, we'll have to go down this way. That's fine. Grab some flax here. We plug in the flax. More science and culture. And we're pretty reasonably competitive with the AI, all things considered. We can grab the hides here as well. Ideally, we would plug this in, but looks like it just has to say it's gold for now. Considering how many walls I can see, I'm going to grab a few ballista as well. These immortals are going to be really strong, but walls are still very painful, so we are going to need some siege ideally. And it looks like Ibn and Ada have actually gone to war, which is, it could not be better for us. We're just going to come in here and totally third party these guys. So we are about to step into World War I by the looks of it. Keep on moving these guys around. This boat is just this is really painful, so we're gonna have to very slowly move around here. Okay, Phaistos has actually gone ahead and sent a raid over here, so we have to pause our attack for now, which is really annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We'll get some experience from this, but not really what I wanted to be doing when I moved a bunch of ballista into this commander. But what can you do? I think we'll go ahead and upgrade yourself as well into an immortal. We'll move you down. This is really annoying. This is Not the game I wanted to be playing. I'm just fighting a lot of city-states right now, but again, what can you do? You are also very restricted by your movement, and oh, this is just so painful. Okay, we'll move you in. We'll start attacking. We'll try to clear these units out, and then in 7 turns, what it's worth, Ada will befriend them, or 6 turns now. So it's just a bit of a temporary pit stop we have to do here. Okay, the wheel. We will quickly grab the wheel mastery here, just to get the +1 movement on the siege units as well. We're actually 50% of the way through the age, so we got to get a bit of a move on here. In terms of units, again, I think we'll just keep spamming out Immortals for now. Once we get our Terracotta Army, we'll have a second commander to escort them all over, which will be good. And we can actually do some embark attacks here. We are that strong, which is cool. Okay, keep moving these units over. You can store a lot of units, by the way, when you reinforce. A lot more than the UI would indicate, because the UI actually gets bigger. It says you can only store 6. Then as soon as you start sending them, it goes up to 8, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's attack you. And this commander is free to move a bit more, so we can move you up there. Actually move you up one more tile to here, so we can really unload here on this guy. Take you out there. Lots of attacks happening this turn. Let's hit this commander. Potentially next turn we might be able to finish that kill. Okay, so our immortals are in fantastic shape right here. Defeat an infantry unit with an immortal, we've done that. Defeat a cavalry unit with an immortal, maybe one day. Again, what do we want here? A free civic. That could potentially give us something good. Potentially not though. Let's just grab the social policy slot again, which allows us to put well, we can't actually put that. We don't have enough tradition slots, so let's just put that in. And we can just fortify here for now. That's fine. Okay, next time we will get another commander. Let's just manually move you over. The other commander will probably make into a reinforced commander. So there's organized military. There's Terracotta Army. And here's our commander down here. +2 immortals and 50 gold. Or 83 gold, I should say. Let's just take the gold for now. We're not short on gold at all. So here's our commander. There's Terracotta Army. So it's good. Let's start going down this way. Take the gold actually if the unit's packed in. That's fine. So the node we're trying to get to here is this one, logistics. So +2 unit slots and faster reinforcement for the commander. This is going to make it so we can get through all this terrain a lot easier. We should just be able to reinforce on this commander and get all these units where they need to be going much sooner than if they had to walk down here manually, which is really, really good when you're dealing with awful mountains and water like this, so that's really good for us. There's just a commander over here that's doing nothing, so let's just keep on moving. I think actually, 4 turns now. Let's just heal these guys up and hopefully get this attack back on track, because it's kind of, the wheels are falling off on this invasion right now, which I don't appreciate. The next turn, someone will arrive at you. We are very close to level 4, so which is good. It'll make the attack a lot smoother, but still, we want to actually get in there as soon as we can at this rate, because to be honest, the time is running out. The age is going a lot quicker than I expected, and I think this is long ages as well. Man, do we want Mausoleum of Theodric? I think we do, This is a lot of wonders. This is a lot of wonders, but because we have one city here that can just spam out an immortal every single turn, I don't mind using my capital, just build all these wonders like this. And we have 660 gold, so we could actually get Sparta converted as well into a city. So let's do that. Alexandria, Sparta. And you can also grab a barrack. I really don't want to use up one of these tiles, the redwood tiles, so we'll just put it there. And then you can start making units as well. And speaking of, we can go for iron working 3, or we'll just go for the siege actually for now. +3 combat strength on siege will be really good. Now, I'm not convinced that these units will be able to take the city in 4 turns, so let's start moving. Reinforcement just arrived there like mid-turn, which is a bit strange. Let's move you down here, and ideally I'd love to move this guy. I don't want to walk these ballista over, but I think I will in this case. Yeah, I just don't want these guys to take any more damage, really. That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, I think we'll get one more ballista and then a few more immortals. You can go ahead and join the commander here, move you down. Somewhat of a slow start in a way, but again, we're building up a tremendously big army that's also bolstered by all these wonders, so all in all, pretty happy. 2 turns now. Look, we'll probably just keep one immortal behind. I think that's fine to do. So let's get the immortals out. Ballista can go in. This is really awkward. Mortal can go here, Lister in here. It's a little bit of Jenga happening. And now we should all be good to move. So I eventually got there. We're slowly now moving over down towards Ibn. And you can go there. Again, I'm pretty confident this guy will be able to hold the fort for one turn. So best of luck to him. And this boat is gone, which is good, so we can move over to this lake a bit quicker. But this is a really slow start for us. Now let's move towards this iron, though. Okay, found Mount Fuji way over here. I'm not entirely sure how we managed to do that. Oh, it's just this unit, actually. One of our city-states galleys managed to scout it, which is cool. Move down here towards these dies, by the looks of it. Just take this guy out, because it actually will heal him up a little bit doing that, which is pretty cool. And Feistus next turn will finally stop doing this to us, so that's great. Okay, now we can move this guy over here, and this guy's ballista is actually too close to reinforce, which is pretty funny, so it is a little bit of a traffic jam in here, cannot lie. It would be great if we had the commander promotion to ignore terrain, but we don't. It's just so awkward getting up here, up this way. There you go, so all these units are now friendly, which is cool, or at least not hostile. Really nice for us. Now, I think to be honest, we probably just keep doing this. We just want as many immortals as we can get. Eventually we might be able to split our army in two and take them both on at the same time, which would be really nice. For now, we'll keep on moving. Could also get a little bit greedy, and we'll actually move like a bit of a secondary force down this way. I haven't seen this boat for a while, so I'll trust it's all good. And potentially, no one's even taking this, which is annoying, but let's see if we can't sneak a little force down this way, just on the side. Okay, soon we'll probably plug this in. 3 turns we'll get a celebration, and we'll plug in the card that gives us an additional +3 combat strength when we're in enemy territory. We're almost sort of past the worst of it here, I think. But we are just getting funneled through this mountain, so it's a good thing we're not at war yet. Say that much. I think we'll leave just 1 unit here just in case. I don't know what could happen, but I don't want anything crazy to happen.
Better it is for everyone.
And there's the Mausoleum of Thaedric, so another military point for us. Let's actually go ahead. This is really good. We can grab the military promotion here, which will do 2 things. On this guy, it finishes this tree, allowing us to go straight up to order, so +5 combat strength. Our units are so ridiculously strong now within our radius. And over on this guy, we can grab logistics now, so that's really good. Okay, we did unlock the Oracle, so we could try grab this in this 3rd city here. So what we'll do is finish this barracks by purchasing it. That brings it down to 18 turns from 26. And we'll go ahead and when we get the chance with a new resource, which could be soon if we do, let's do this, grab the brickyard here. And I'd love to grab the iron, but for now we can't. Let's just move this around. We can put the hides up here as well, do that. So we're just trying to get as much production in Sparta as we can. This will give us an extra +1 combat strength if we do manage to get the Oracle in here. I think in terms of gold, yeah, it's better to keep this unplugged. This looks good, so 26 turns down to 12. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. But in our capital then, what can we build? Potentially just more immortals. We are just going to flood this place with immortals, I think. Do we want the blacksmith? I don't think it's really worth it. We might just want to grab the monument really quickly, just so that we can get a little bit of extra influence, because influence is going to be very important in terms of keeping up our war support. And looks like we managed to successfully sneak some units back here. He appears to have been ready for this little maneuver of ours, but that's fine. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. Moving all of our units around. We have a ton of stuff now. It looks like he actually might have sunk this boat that was sort of kind of harassing us over here, which is pretty cool. Here's our landing force. You can see now we're able to reinforce super quick. I mean, this promotion I think is one of the best and most underrated promotions in the game. The faster reinforcement is so good. I mean, it's taken us about 10 to 15 turns to get units over here. Now we can reinforce 3 turns. 3 turns to get from, basically our capital to the front lines here. Really, really critical upgrade if you are fighting wars this far away. So here's our celebration. So let's go ahead and we don't really need scouting. Oh, let's keep the scouts in actually. Well, we need to unplug all of this. So let's get rid of the gold from towns. We'll plug in the combat strength, and then we can also grab the -1 maintenance there, which is fine. Should help us a little bit with the gold issues we're going to experience now that we've unplugged that other card, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab 1 Paradisa, because this will probably trigger a narrative event for us, I'd say. And down here, do we want even more immortals? Or do we... Let's grab this monument as well, for the extra influence. We had to denounce even the second time, because he's still being quite friendly with us, unfortunately, but... I mean, the fact that we've now got, you know, an absolute army on this guy's border, I would think would start to tip him off as to what's going on. The Paradisa did give us an event, so 67 gold. That's not a bad return on our investment, I think. And we'll grab the extra culture as well. We're just really going for civics that give us extra settlement limit, so nothing more complicated than that right now. And I think, let's go ahead and... Do we get even more immortals? How many immortals is too many immortals? Is there such a thing? There could be. There definitely could be. We might need to grab some happiness buildings soon to counteract the amount of settlements we're about to take. Although I suppose we're putting the cart ahead of the horse there. Let's just grab 2 more immortals there and see how we go. See how that feels. Let's move this commander in here, and I think, realistically, as soon as Ibn decides it's over between us, I think we're good to go. Look how many immortals we have getting pulled in here. It's absolutely insane. And this is what I'm saying. The UI says you can only have like 6 or so. You can just keep reinforcing. Don't worry about it. They all get pushed out anyway once they arrive at their destination. So that's fine. We've got an absolute stream coming in here. The good news is his units look about the same tier as mine, which is nice. We have managed to keep up on science pretty well. And we are now ready to go to war, I think. So let's do it. We've got our 3 ballista over here, which is going to be great for the capital. We're just probably going to need a few more immortals to defend over here, but that's fine. Good news is they're still at war as well, so here we go. Kick things off. Let's just add in 1 extra war support as well, just to smooth things out. Move an immortal up here. Move an immortal up here. Now we do want to try and keep as much stuff in range of this commander as we can, at least for the time being. The +5 command strength is going to go a long way here. Okay, it's going to be a lot to commentate. Let's move these guys up so the immortals can absolutely decimate these slingers, which is cool. I think this little force over here was a really, really good idea in the end. Just going to pull his forces in too many directions for him to defend, I think, which is good for us. So the terrain here, once again, really does kind of suck, but that's fine. Our immortals are pretty mobile, so let's unpack as many as we can. Go over that way. You can keep filtering in this way. That's pretty good, all things considered, so we can get 1 attack off there to start. And as for you, I think we don't really need to worry about hitting the walls quite yet, so let's just hit the unit. It's a free hit, and you can see just how strong these immortals are as well once they are actually hitting. This guy's only got 1 movement left. We could hit the walls, or we could just start putting fortifications. It's a pretty good first strike, all things considered, and we can just keep reinforcing. So we can really essentially be getting about 3 immortals per turn reinforced on this commander, which is insane. So a lot of hits here, but none of them really affected us, and we're basically done with the civic tree now, so we can go ahead and do that. In terms of the second commander, we can start going down the defensive tree, the bastion tree. Really, really good promotions in there as well. Don't get me wrong. This immortal, I think, can move up here. We'll unload a ballista here as well. Bring you down to defend that ballista. And I don't think you'll be able to hit from here, but you can still attack, so let's just do that. You can start hitting the walls, and you can do the same as well. So things are collapsing pretty quick for old Ibn over here. I don't know what Ada's been doing, but it looks... I mean, he looks pretty well put together. I don't think she's had much of a hand in this this downfall here, I think. And we probably should have just moved you up. Just means you can't do anything for a turn. So I should have used this immortal to move over here, then attack, but that's fine. Minor mistake. This archer behind the walls is going to be really annoying. We'll attack here. Again, we take 18, but we heal up 15 when we defeat that unit. So we can just keep the attack going. Reinforcements have arrived. That's what we like to see. I think it would be great to get that pillage off, but we can just keep attacking. I think that's the takeaway here. And we can start hitting the walls here. You aren't we aren't great at just smacking walls with infantry units. So it would be good to get a few more ballista, actually. Let's do that. Again, we can reinforce these down to the front lines so quickly with this commander. I mean, our biggest issue is just space, really, as to how many immortals we can have out at one time. This commander's been fully unloaded, so we'll just move that immortal down there. And again, I guess we'll just keep like wrapping around his cities because, again, it's all about space. So you're going to be outside the range of a commander, which is a bit annoying. You might actually die there, to be honest. Regardless, let's go and move this guy in this way. That means he's got good visibility of pretty much every unit in here. We will reinforce more immortals. That's fine. Yeah, that guy's basically dead on the right. Okay, now he is dead, but it actually got this unit to move out to do that, so not too mad, all things considered. Now we have a chariot here, which is good. I think we have a quest. Yeah, defeat a cavalry unit with an immortal, so we can actually get that quest done, which is pretty cool. But the archer actually is hitting our commander, which is annoying. If this guy dies, it'd be like catastrophically bad for us, so try not to have that happen. Do this, and we'll move you over this way. I mean, as you can see, we don't really realistically care too much if our units die here. Our immortals anyway, because they are, immortal. So, how are we going to do this? Really want to get this ballista over here and attack, but it looks like it might not happen. Yeah, I think we'll just have to position him to attack next turn, but we want to keep these ideally attacking every turn where we can. I think I'll have to, really don't want to have the ballistas get attacked from anything either. A little bit awkward because of the terrain around here. I can't actually see into these tiles as much as I would like. This is just really awkward. That's how I would describe this entire war situation. Very, very awkward right now. Okay, it's fine. We can pillage here to get back to full health. We can get a slinger attack in here, which is really good. Really easy damage there for us. Move you up as well. So now this city is going to get an absolute battering next turn from all these ballista. And then we can sort of move in on the capital. We can get an immortal or a commander here. I mean, absolutely, we're going to take the commander who is starting out at level 3, which is fantastic. So let's, again, reinforce these ballista. So keep the units coming. That's really good. Let's go ahead and just put you in here. You can definitely grab the maneuver so we can get you up to the front line faster. Going down this tree, let's just go for that one. Not too concerned about the promotions in the maneuver tree, to be honest. It's like the fastest way for you. Okay, the Colosseum's down there. The Oracle's 6 turns away. Do we care about the Colosseum? No, we do not. So let's just go for some happiness and influence buildings. I want to keep our wall support positive at all times. The other thing we could do here, actually, to keep things somewhat interesting, we can declare war on Ada. Let's start denouncing Ada and see how we go. We might have the opportunity to declare war with the entire world, which will allow us to get from the Triumph an extra war support on all of our wars. So let's go here. We've got a new level on this commander. Let's grab the +5 healing in enemy territory. I think that's really good just to keep our stuff alive. Let's go ahead and do that. And this city is just about ready to go down. We are one short, unfortunately. We probably could have not attacked that slinger and got it this turn, but that's fine. In fact, there's a lot of things we could have done. We have an absolute bucket load of immortals in here packed in, so unloading any of those would have been good, but that's fine. Simple misplays. He actually got a chariot in here, which managed to blank our ballista here, which is really annoying. We can do that. Then that allows us to move in. We're gonna have to do a pillage next turn with this ballista, which is pretty fun. However, we do absolutely need to move at least one immortal up here to keep these defended from this chariot. We can get an attack in here as well, that's fine. Now that we've got some space in here, let's move in and take that. Move another immortal out here. Move an immortal on top of the commander as well. Keep him nice and healthy. Move you down here. That'll be really great once we get the command radius on this guy as well, but looks like it's a ways away, to be honest. Move you down again to get the experience. And Okay, now we're doing pretty good. We've got a commander or an immortal back here that can move in. Let's go ahead and just attack with you. Considering you're full health, you do a lot of damage to these walls, even though you are just an infantry unit. It's got a fair few archers now, which is annoying. You can sort of ping at us from the other side of these walls, but that's okay. Okay, Redwood Forest, more production for the city is good. Another iron, it's really, really good for us. So +1 combat strength for all our units. Should have done that before we did our turn, but that's all right. Didn't know we were going to grow. Finish that district down here. Again, just happiness and influence. It's really good for us. And it gets this guy, isn't it? That's the... He's out of movement, so that's fine. Just slowly move it down. Just trying to get everything in position here is so awkward with the terrain and the walls make this all really uncomfortable. There's a ton of experience on everyone there. This commander did get another promotion, which is fantastic. So let's go instant fortifications. Really, really good upgrade. So we can just instantly fortify there. You can attack over there. It's really good. And you can start healing up. I think it's fine. We don't need a ballista to get this city, so we'll just go ahead and use this guy because he's quite low health. And there's our first city taken, which is awesome. Keep that, so we can use it as a bit of a forward operating base here for our units. Let's just get this boat out of the way, that'd be nice. +2 combat strength against ranged attacks on cavalry units is a very specific bonus we don't care too much about. We got another military point here. Ignore the happiness penalty. Or we can just grab units get +2 healing. That's a pretty nice bonus, to be honest, so no issues there with that. We don't need the happiness right now, so we can plug in the flax. No, we can't, because it's not actually connected. That's all the resources we just got from Al Hustart here. Fine. I'm not sure why I can't reinforce right now into this guy. I think something's potentially bugging out. Yeah, I don't know why I can't reinforce here, but that's just a Civ 7 moment for you right there. That's fine. A lot of very precise clicking that needs to take place here, but we can take the +1 command radius on this guy, which is really good. So he'll start soaking up a lot of experience, which is fantastic. And we can destroy a barracks. We're not really that interested in that. We need to start getting these walls down. But with the archer inside, it's so painful, super painful. Can get one hit in here, really, really good. Again, both commanders get experience from that. It's superb. And we'll have to move this other one around this way, I think. So I want to try and get fortifications up as well, just about everywhere I can. Interestingly, this guy actually has paratasers as well. He used his syncretism to steal from me, which is quite funny. I think we will just sneak an attack in there. And yeah, we'll keep healing up. That's all good. The immortals up here can also keep healing. I'm going to grow out faster. We actually got our first trade route here, so that's cool. We can send that over to Anna. We have a new tradition, so we can grab that. That's a lot more gold for us. Dedication unlocked there. That's fine. No dramas. And everyone in here is healing up. Start moving these immortals back down to the front lines where we can. You can just go into that commander for now. That's fine. So this is great. So we got all of our ballista in place here. They can start smashing the capital. This guy, unfortunately, can't even see the main spot, but move you in here just to get a bit more experience. Take that. Get some... We won't do any hits on this guy. He just needs to heal up in his fortifications. That's fine. So next turn, we just have one more city, or one more tile to take here that's walled in. Go ahead and move you out, and again, you can just keep fortifying here. Both of you can. Move these immortals down. Okay, let's get our 2 ballista. Move the commander. We can help it as close as we can to the ballista, which is not close enough. So kind of annoying. They're going to miss out on a lot of combat strength when they're attacking there. And I don't know, do we just do like a coordinated attack on one of these guys? Probably not. Coordinated attacks are a bit finicky. So move you down. Again, you can just keep defending there. This guy should be able to survive, hopefully. Annoyingly, he's put a scout on one of these tiles here, so I can't actually get in to this city quite yet, which is annoying. He's holding onto his capital. Take maneuver over here, and you can probably just fall back. Yeah, this scout is really it's really vexing when the AI does this and defends with scouts, but not much we can do to stop that. Okay, everyone's still just healing up, moving some immortals down. We did lose one single immortal in the very middle of the capital here, but Believe me, that is not the end of the world for us. And there's the capital. So a lot of stuff just kicked off there, which is pretty fantastic. Let's go for the wonder building, I guess. But we've got a ton of commander. We've actually got 2 commander promotions here, so we can go straight down here. Get the command radius range on this guy as well. So now we have both the red and green tree filled, which makes our units extremely powerful at this stage in the game. I think we have the right side on the other commander, so let's grab the left side here. And now we can kind of start clearing out all these rats, basically, which is what they are, of course. So let's move this guy in. We can one-shot that dude. It's fantastic. Like, everyone's so buffed up now with all these commanders in range. Yep, that's definitely got that one. This guy over here, I think, managed to get a point from being somewhat close by when that happened, which is cool. We can eventually move the trebuchet into him, probably. We'll attack this chariot once, and only once. We'll fortify there. You can heal up. Yeah, this is just so many units to manage at this point, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
I count the grains of sand on
And there's the Oracle in Alexandria, Sparta, which does mean, again, another +1 to all of our military units, which is very cool. You can also start working a monument, but again, we'll put it in kind of an unideal spot so we don't take any of these really good redwood tiles. We actually got a wildcard point here, so we can go ahead and grab another +2 healing on our units. So it's going to start getting pretty crazy with how fast all of our stuff recovers, I think, which is pretty cool. I don't often do that sort of strategy. I mean, you're very rare to even get this far down the military attribute tree in general, let alone this early in the game. So pretty cool. We have so many ballista packed in here, which is awesome. We could probably start getting pretty aggressive. We'll start moving down towards the next city. I think we're going to send this commander just down solo to try and take out this city. Hopefully one immortal and 1 ballista is enough to do it. I just really don't want to have to deal with this city after I've taken everything else, because it's just this one city over here on its own on the west here. So see how that goes. We'll say that this guy's putting up a pretty serious fight here. I mean, he's got so many chariots. I guess this is what he was using to fight Ada, I assume. But we have just unlocked tier 3 immortals, so that is going to be another +5 combat strength for all of us once we go ahead and upgrade them. So let's just use our ballista to attack for a little bit here. And I think we can probably use this turn to do our upgrades. We have 1,000 gold, which is really, really good. So while there's not too much going on and there's a little bit of downtime here, let's get everyone upgraded. I've just noticed we never researched bronze working mastery, so we've been missing out on +3 combat strength for our infantry this whole time. Catastrophic lack in judgment there, but that's okay. I mean, to be honest, the invasion's gone pretty well, I'd say. All things considered, we're doing alright. Looks like he's willing to give up just about his entire empire to us, but we're not going to let him off that easily. Looks like we've just got the barbarian crisis, actually, which is going to be a little bit annoying. We might have to send some units to deal with that eventually, but the crisis has begun, so we've got to keep an eye on that. So now we have to plug in a crisis card, and we can probably just go for -10 gold for each city-state with Suzerain of. We're only Suzerain of 2, and the other cards looked pretty rough to deal with, so that is fine by me. Let's have a look at our combat strength. They're sitting at 53 combat strength, so +1 from Iron, +2 from King of the World, +3 from Bronze Working, 2 from King of the World Wonders, +5 from First Strike, +3 from Hammerana Council, +5 from Order, and +2 from Rout, which is absolutely ridiculous. As suspected, it looks like the AI is more or less abandoned this city, which they tend to do with these little sort of outlier ones that just sit at the edge of their empire. So we can go ahead and just more or less get a free kill here, which is great for us. Gets this city out of the way without too much drama. Okay, we finally managed to make it down to Zabid down here. We've just pushed through so many units. Guys, just, I mean, as the AI does, which to be fair is the correct move when you're getting, you know, absolutely destroyed like this. The AI just starts spamming out so many units. So we've had to really tear our way through. We now have 2 level 9 commanders, and just, you know, both of them are chock full of units, so we can keep on tregging through here. But yeah, that's where we're at. Let's keep moving. So let's go ahead and make sure we denounce Ada here as well. Let's get that on the move. And finally, we can go ahead and take Zabid as well. Another city falls to us. We'll go ahead and keep that one as well. And we'll keep on moving on. This guy's still got 4 settlements to go. He decided to put up some meager resistance over here, but we'll get there. We'll get there. As long as he doesn't keep settling cities, it should be fine. It's like he actually decided to retreat this chariot out, so that's a freebie for us. Do we even want to keep this? I think we can just raise this. These cities are really just awful, so we'll do the same over here as well, let's be honest. Good news is everyone is now absolutely zooming, so we can move around very quickly here. Get our blister in place already. 1 turn after we took Zabid, so let's just keep on moving. The hard part now is just getting everything where we want it to go, to be honest. We have so many units, it's so overwhelming, but getting them into position is really starting to get quite finicky. I mean, we can just move these ballista up to be in melee range. I think this guy's just going to completely fall over at this point. Looks like there's 1 more city down here that we have to worry about. This ballista can do a little dozy-do to get in there, all good. And we'll just burn down Damask as well. I just want to see the back of this guy at this point. That ballista did get hit, but that's totally fine. These units are so strong, it doesn't really matter. We can disperse this as well, which apparently gave us enough production to finish Colossus, which we were building just for a bit of fun. And now we can go back to, I don't know, let's just get a market so we can plug in all these resources. That sounds good to me. Here is the final mainland city for young Ibn here, Makkah, all the way down the back. So let's get to work. And there is Shengul, so 1 more city to go over here. Let's get it done. Okay, there goes Damask. So another settlement down. So look, again, we're just going to raise this. We don't care about this. There's actually a chance that Rajagriha over here, the city-state captures a Dahabu before it finishes raising, in which case the city-state will actually get a 2nd city, which is pretty funny. But we don't really care about that. That's fine. Whatever happens, there happens. And there is Makkah. So that is essentially Ibn's entire empire gone. He did manage to get Leeds up here with off of Ada, which is his new capital, I suppose. Slightly vexing, but we're going to keep this war going. I think that's fine. Let's raise Makkah as well. We just don't want to have to deal with the absurd amounts of unhappiness that are going to come from all of this. And you know what? While we're here, actually, we should really go ahead and get rid of this, because I do not want to have to deal with this guy founding another settlement somewhere. Let's get rid of that. While this is all happening, we're also making a bit of an expeditionary force over here with a few horsemen and a few other things, just to get the drop on Feistus over here, which, again, just a bit of a secondary force up here to take out Ada. For some reason, she really wants to be friends with me, so we're going to have to do a few hindrances here as well, just to get our relationship down, because the war with Ibn was so successful that she thinks we're best mates now, which is really annoying. We're also just going to grab 1 or 2, potentially just the 1 cheeky quadrireme. We might get more later from Zabid, but a lot of our cities are on the coast, which is what you'd expect from Britain. So just having a few boats here and there will help us a lot, I'm sure. I'm actually going around and deleting a few immortals here and there where I can. Our empire is starting to just absolutely buckle under its own weight at this stage, so luckily raising these cities is going to help a fair bit with that, but our happiness is just absolutely despicable right now, unfortunately. Our people are livid. Seems like all the resorts in the world are not gonna help us on that front, unfortunately. What we can actually do here as well is do a few insight raids, so hopefully these guys with all their units, and there's a lot of units there, can actually sort of weaken Ada up before we get there, which would be nice. But here we go. Ada is now absolutely furious with us. So let's go ahead and declare war, which will do a few things. Let's firstly get our war support all the way up. Be at war with every civ on the homelands. That's us. So that goes up even further. We got our little water force over here. The Marines are moving in from that direction. these cities are basically undefended. I'm just going to do the old drop all and hope for the best. That looks alright to me. Let's move you in as well. You guys can very slowly move in. We've just got an army of ballista at this stage. Good to see that still doesn't always work. It's a bit unfortunate. So we'll have to manually attack all of these. Alright, second commander. Let's get you in. Ballista can go here. Otherwise, everyone else... Again, I think we'll just kind of dump everyone out here. I was definitely hoping people would go elsewhere, but that's okay. Kind of my fault. I mean, when you start using that command, you know you've probably won the game because it's a little bit unreliable. Luckily, our capital has become happy again, so our gold has completely fixed itself, but we were definitely negative gold there for a while. We'll just keep hammering this city. I'd say we should be able to take Bristol this turn if I could have a guess. And let's actually just use these guys from the coast to take that. That's cool. So Bristol's down. First settlement of Ada's. Let's go ahead and keep it for now. Which means this ballista's free to attack up here. That's okay. We'll just attack here. Down goes Hull. We'll keep this as well. And I mean, things are... This is just like... People's cities are like paper at this point to us, which is awesome. That's what you want to see as Alexander in particular. Let's try the coordinated attack. Okay, that didn't work at all, so that was awful. Not the end of the world at all, but a strange sequence of events to be sure. Okay, we have even more promotions coming up here. I don't even know what we really care about now. We'll take the siege damage, actually, that's pretty good. Start attacking you. This immortal can go up, this immortal can go up as well. Quite a few units over here to contend with. So he's got a lot of legions here, which is, he's taken the Roman unit for his syncretism. But that's all good. Let's keep hitting. The next turn is going to be a big one. I don't quite know if we've helped or hindered ourselves with this incite raid we've done from Kushan. Okay, here's the commander that's rocking 4 ballista inside. So let's smack you, get you out of the way. We're just trying to clear up some space for everyone now. Let's get 1 ballista out here, hit the city center. This guy can move forward, frees up more space for another ballista in here. Let's start hitting the back one, because he's the only one that can really reach it. And we might be able to get a few more attacks in here. Yep, so another attack on the back one here. And that's all we can do for now, but that is London more or less destroyed. Ada was definitely a lot less prepared than Ibn was, which you love to see. She has completely folded. Completely folded. All right, I think we can actually go ahead and start splitting our focus just a little bit so we can potentially take out Bradford at the same time here. In fact, he will almost certainly get hit, but that's okay. Let's hit with all you, hit with you, and I was about to say down goes London. Down goes London, so there's another capital gone. A whole bunch of triumphs get completed because, of course, doing a domination playthrough is just absolutely broken now with all these new triumphs. Precision has gone out the window now. We're just going for speed. Yeah, this horseman, I dare say, is not going to make it out of the situation. So let's just go ahead and use his last breath to take out one of Ada's horses, or at least to try to. Unsuccessfully, I might add. Ada is, I don't know where she's getting all this influence from. She's managed to pile on, like, what is this, like 6, 7 war support? I guess she didn't have much else to do with her influence up until this point, because that is a lot of war support. Either way, let's keep hitting here. With this, we can just use this immortal to finish the city off, I'd say. Very likely. There goes Bradford. Another city goes down. Let's just keep settlements at this point for a laugh. Now we can start hitting Phaistus, which is almost going down. Just one chariot keeping carrying the flame in there. Nothing really matters. And we'll start attacking where we can because our units are invincible and the game is basically over. Down goes Phaistus, so one more city to go for Ada. I am not having you make another settlement up here that I have to deal with, so let's cut that out. And Manchester is now fully surrounded. There is one single trebuchet in there holding down the fort. It's got basically no walls left. Just ignore the fact that our land is being completely ravaged by barbarians. Every single citizen is furious with the government, absolutely livid. That's all fine. And there goes Manchester. Exit stage right for Ada. So there you go. No more England. 3 settlements of tropical, a bunch of tribes get done. And now we just have one very familiar face to go. So let's do it, Evan. Okay, we got an absolute ton of units in place here. I really hope this is it. Hopefully this is it for Leeds. Attack here, attack here, attack here. And looks like this might be it. We can finish the job with our original commander. Move him in. And that is a domination victory for Alex. Antiquity Age domination victory for Alex. I'm not sure what they're celebrating about. I mean, I guess there's not much else to celebrate considering we own the entire world now, but I think that was Alexander talking. So I guess this is why we're having so many celebrations here. After the victory festival, we march. The rest of the world awaits, so there's not much rest of the world actually out there, unfortunately. Here is our fantastic victory artwork. I think this is Alex's one, right? Yeah, so that's the new Alex leader artwork, which is very cool. You don't get to see these very often, but with the new victory screens you actually do, which is really cool. And here's the final score here. We did pretty good, I think. So, you know, come to Persia, we've got lots and lots of barbarians, very, very unhappy citizens, but a lot of wonders. So look, overall, I think Alex was reasonably fun. I think he's a pretty strong leader. Nothing like too crazy. This bonus is quite hard to use, to be honest, at least in Antiquity. As the game goes on, I think he gets a lot better, and it probably wouldn't be that hard to actually eventually get to this full +8 combat strength for land units, so that's pretty good. But in Antiquity, he's a little bit slow to start. He doesn't actually have anything to get you off the ground floor in terms of, you know, unit production or science or culture, anything like that, until you start getting your wonders up. But even then, quite hard to get wonders on deity, so we got a little bit lucky this game in that sense. But hopefully you all enjoyed this game. It was a very, very solid domination game for us. If you've enjoyed this game, you know, leave a like. If you enjoyed the video, let me know why down below. Leave a comment. What do you think of Alex? What do you think of Test of Time if this is your first time seeing the update? A fair bit has changed. You know, so legacy paths are gone. Victories are completely reworked. We're obviously playing, well, we're playing Persia, which is, you know, they're in the proper age, but we were going up against Ibn Battuta's Abbasid here, as well as Ada Lovelace playing Great Britain. Everyone's, you know, leading the appropriate empire for their for their leader Civ combo, which I'm sure you all love. So there you go. But that's it. Thanks everyone. All the best. I'll see you next time. Thank you as always to the channel members who support me month to month, which is Carsius, Interpaladin, Awesome Daisy, Chase Bandy, Tronty Wanty, Shamal TV, Chris1 Mac, and JLA7. Your support is very much appreciated.